Lights, camera, action.
Action. Hello, everybody. I hope you can hear me clearly. Can you hear me clearly? I don't have an echo or anything.
I can hear you absolutely perfectly. Sometimes if you feel like you are echoey, it's a good thing to like put a blanket or some soft furnishings around you because then you know,
Oh, there's an
muffles it.
echo thing on this mic, so that's why I was asking. I turned it down, but I can
Uh,
turn it up. Yeah, that's why I was like,
what is with you getting mics that have echo features? Who needs an echo feature in a mic?
would you believe I actually ended up getting the exact same mic? It was the quickest delivery on Amazon, and I needed a mic for the podcast.
If it's not broke,
Don't fix it,
don't
baby
fix
girl.
it.
So,
I'm
welcome
looking for
back to
lip.
this week's podcast, guys.
Hey Queens, I put this on my head to wash my face, and then I was like, "Do you know what? It's kind of cute and kind of Valentine's themed,
Your,
so we're going with it."
your skin is so clear, I can't get over it.
Thanks.
But it's cute. I was just complimenting your skin before we came on. And yeah, guys, welcome back. I'm so glad that I finally have audio again because it was a rough 2 weeks there, but we're back. Better than
Sorry
ever.
for the sound quality the last 2 weeks, but we're back and we're better than ever.
Yeah, I found the first week wasn't too bad, but last week it was just so bad when I listened back. I was like, ooh, but it was a good episode.
Yeah, it does really depend on like your surroundings and everything like that. Like sometimes mics from
For
laptops are
sure.
fine, and other times they're not fine at
Yeah.
all.
No, for sure, for sure,
Mm.
for sure. So I suppose a lot has happened since last week's episode. The Super Bowl, I
First
suppose.
things first, Neve booked a hair appointment.
Oh yeah, first things first. I booked a hair appointment after all of my talk. First of all, the curls are back. They're coming back. I let my hair naturally dry last night. Look at this. Look at this for ringlets. Like
It's
what the heck?
giving Shirley Temple.
It's giving Irish curls. It's giving Stevie Nicks vibes. Um, but yeah, I was like, "Do you know what? I'm gonna book in for a half head of highlights." I was actually originally booked in for a full head, and then I met my best friend Maeve the weekend and Catherine, and I looked at Maeve's hair and I was like, "Your hair is gorgeous," and I was like, "Do you want to get a half head?" And she was like, "Yeah, girl, that's all I get," and I was like, "So I don't need a full head. I just feel like I've been out of the blonde game so long, I forgot." Um, so yeah, I'm booked in tomorrow morning 9 a.m. So by the time this is live, you'll all be asleep and I'll have bleached hair by the time you all wake up.
She's going back to the bleach.
Yeah.
I
Well,
feel
not
like
too
bleach
blonde,
is
but
just something you just need to like, you know,
yeah, it's just this band here, like my own color. I feel like because my own natural color is lifting in the sun, it's going a bit like foxy.
yeah, because you're naturally a light brown.
No, I'm naturally a dark blonde, but I have natural
Yeah,
highlights in
that's
my
what I mean.
hair. Yeah, that makes it like eventually it will go back fully blonde, but it's like at the moment it's like at that pissy level blonde. And I was like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not dealing with this at
See,
all.
that's what I mean. Unless you went like full send dark hair, you're
Yeah.
never going to be happy with it, especially
No.
when you're in the sun. I feel like do you know when it's wintertime in Ireland,
Yeah.
like your hair, you don't see it as much.
Yeah.
But as soon as those days start becoming sunnier, like even me, my roots now that it's a bit brighter during the daytime, I'm like, ooh, you
You
know.
know, for me, it's the heat. Like, I had extensions and I had to take them out. They were a nightmare. Excuse me. I also figured out what was turning them orange was sunscreen.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, oh my God, crazy. So that happened. And then took them out. My hair is really healthy again. So I was like, oh, do I really want to go through bleaching it? And I actually cut a good bit off of it. And it's
Yeah.
just grown so much again. So I was like, oh, will this damage the growth? And then I was like, well, no, because like I haven't really properly bleached it in a whole year. Like I've got like a few scattered lights, but I haven't really done anything like. So I
Mm.
was like, oh, it'll be grand. Like it'll be able to take the hit. Plus it's Valentine's weekend this weekend, so I want to look nice. So I need my hair done. Like, do you know what I mean?
Also, when you have that itch to go blonde,
Mm,
nothing can scratch like do you know
yeah.
like nothing scratches it.
No,
Nothing
nothing.
scratches a blonde itch other than bleach, no matter how damaging it is, no matter how far you've came, like if you
Yeah.
have that blonde itch,
Yeah. I agree.
you
I
just gotta
agree.
scratch
And
it.
I just have to scratch it. It needs to be scratched. So I'm scratching it tomorrow.
It's such a toxic relationship, bleach, honestly.
Yeah. Honestly, I
Like
feel like
speaking of
once it,
Valentine's Day,
yeah.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like the
Oh,
most
yeah.
toxic relationship you'll ever be in is one with bleach.
Oh, I know. Literally, it's so true though, because like once you start with bleach, it's so hard to come back from it. And even you know, because you went bleach and then you went back and then you wanted to go bleach again, but you went like the copper first before it was even
I
a
went
trend.
ginger. Yeah.
Literal. Yeah, and then you went blonde again and then you gave up on it and you went dark again, but you've actually been dark ever since.
I have been dark ever since. And I
Mm.
think the last time I went blonde was just traumatic because
Yeah.
I went ginger because I was like, I used to get these urges, and anyone else who has ever got these urges will understand. And if you haven't, you'll never understand. I used to get these urges being like, I need to change my hair and I need to change it now.
Yeah, there's no
Like
other time than
right
the
this second.
present, like.
There's no other time than the present. So I would do that. Like I would get the urge. And like my cousin was my hairdresser when I was at home, and she will tell you the same thing. Like I would sit in her chair and be like, I want to be blonde now. And she'd be like, for how long? Like this is going, like you're gonna get
Yeah.
the perfect blonde. I got to the perfect blonde once. And then my appendix nearly burst, and I went
Mm.
into hospital for the surgery or whatever. And obviously, when you're in hospital, you feel shit, you look shit, your hair shit.
Yeah. Mm.
And my hair was just, I think surgery as well maybe affects your hair. So my hair was
Mm.
in such bad, like it felt so icky
Yeah.
after. And I came out of that surgery and I was like, I'm dyeing my hair dark, like chopped my hair off,
Yeah.
had just got like the perfect blonde extension, like clip-ins, chopped it all off, dyed it dark. And since then, I've been in a tumultuous relationship with bleach.
Yeah.
It finally ended September 2022.
Yeah. You've done so well. Like that's 3 years, well, 3 years nearly clean from
Almost
bleach. Like,
3 years clean, but it's still
mm.
in the ends of my hair.
Yeah, I
Like,
know you can,
like
your hair's gotten so
I have to
long as
just grow it
well.
out. Thanks. Yeah, no, we're really trying to grow this hair out, but oh my God. I'll never forget when I went ginger, and I loved the ginger and it was
Yeah.
so healthy and so thick. And then I was like, okay, I'm either gonna go, I was done with the ginger. I did it for like 3 months, and I
Yeah.
feel like that's either a color you commit to for
Mm.
like the rest of your life or it's like a phase. So the 3 months was done, and I was like, I'm either going to go jet black or on a blonde journey. And I
Mm.
sat in my cousin's salon chair, and I was like, I'm either going jet black or blonde.
Mm.
And I don't know how it wasn't we decided on blonde because I doubt she pushed me in that direction. But
I
I
love
think
it.
she knew that like if I had the blonde itch, like I had to scratch it because
Yeah.
going black and then deciding to go blonde would have been worse
Would
than
be a
being
bad
ginger.
decision. Yeah.
Oh, but like when I look back at photos, I'm like, what was I doing? I lost so much hair. Like I just have good hair genes, so it's
Yeah.
back. And but like it's still not as thick as it was when I went ginger.
I
Like not,
know.
it's still not back to that like full thickness. Like I
Yeah.
still have loads of like short hairs that are growing out. But it's a hair journey. I feel like the girls that get it.
Yeah.
You're either a girl who has had like one hair color her whole life,
Yeah.
brown or like dark brown maybe. But like if you've started messing with your hair, especially if you're naturally dark and you've gone blonde a few times, like you just get it. You get the
Oh,
pain.
it's so annoying because it's like I've been every color under the sun. Like I've box dyed my hair black by accident. I've box dyed my hair ginger. I've
I
been in
need to see those
auburn,
photos.
copper brown. I've been brown. I've been dark blonde all over. Still to this day, probably my favorite color I've ever been. And then I was blonde. Then I was platinum blonde. Then I went lavender. Then I went pink. Then I went back to blonde, was blonde consecutively for about 6 or 7 years. Didn't know how I'd any hair left on my head because it was just purple shampoo and me against the world. There was nothing, like there was no hydration in the hair, no hair care. And I was getting back to back extensions. Um, and I still had some hair. I don't know how I managed it. Now, again, I do have good hair genes as well. My issue is it grows outwards, not downwards. And like
Hmm.
it has grown a good bit, but I just cannot get it past my nipple. But I'm a really tall person, so I am aware that if I was a small bit shorter, this hair would probably be at my waist. Like, do you know what I mean? So,
See, this is the thing. And also like
yeah.
that growth, you're at an awkward phase for so long, and then
Uh,
all of a sudden your hair's long. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
literally like, but
Like
it is,
all of a sudden
it's good
it's
at the
long.
moment now, but the only thing though is, you know, the way I hate having a blunt cut. I accidentally gave myself a blunt cut like that's all my own color underneath there. Accidentally gave myself a blunt cut the last day, and now I don't know how to style my hair or anything because I'm usually quite a layered person, so I might ask them just to give me a few layers tomorrow. But
I think you should be
yeah,
to really like because if you're getting your hair, also you'll need a cut after bleach. You
yeah,
always
I'll
need a
need
haircut
it.
after bleach.
Yeah, because I said to
Yeah.
them, I was like, I'll see how brave I'm feeling for the haircut or whatever. But then I was just like, no, I'm gonna get that haircut because I was gonna get a full
You're
head. Then I was like, can I change it to a half head? They were like, yeah, of course. I was like, thank fuck.
Yeah,
Um,
so they probably have the time booked out anyway, so you might as well get a cut,
might as well get a cut. Yeah, I booked in for a
especially
cut
after a
today.
bleach. I'll
Um,
never forget when I worked in a hair salon in Sydney and there would like the blonde clients are the worst for it. Actually, no, anyone who wants long hair is the worst for it. And
mm,
you'll see them walking out when their hair is done, and you'll after a while, like your eye will be able to see like the amount of dead hair at the end.
I
So it's
can
like,
see
oh
it
my God,
so
their
much
hair looks
now.
so good. But if they cut off those 2 inches or that inch at the end,
Yeah,
it just looks so because you can
and
just
they
see
give
like
you
it's like thick, thick,
nothing,
thick. It does nothing. Like
nothing.
holding on to those dead ends.
Like when you cut them, it doesn't look like you've cut your hair at all at all. It's because they're
No,
so
because they're
see-through.
so fried. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's
They're so
crazy.
fried. Us talking
Yeah.
about our hair will just always be a consistent theme in this podcast. Someday we will get
Jono's
a hair
so
care
sick of me.
sponsor.
He's so sick of me. He literally was like, when I was like, okay, I booked in to get highlights, he was like, and then I was like, I think I'm actually gonna go for a half head instead. He was just looking at me and I was just like, he actually hates me. Like he wants to break up with me because I will not shut up about my hair. Like I'm so annoying. Like every day he's like, you and that fucking hair. I'm like, I know. I'm like, if this is how you feel, imagine how I feel. Like
Oh, it's just, it's so when you're not 100% happy with your hair, it's just like,
there's
ugh,
nothing worse. There is
there's
literally nothing worse.
nothing worse. Nothing worse.
No.
I was actually looking back at photos of me this time last year and I was like, oh my God, my hair was so short.
Yeah,
And
but
it's
you know
still
what?
short. I just wanted to be long.
No, Rebecca, I think it's gotten so much, even since Christmas, it's gotten so much longer. You kidding me? Like,
I know it has, but it's still not
I
like
know it's just at that awkward stage. I'm kind
I
of the
just
same. Sorry,
wanted to
I'll just sit
be.
up. I'm
And
like,
it's so
here.
funny then, Joe, the people you see with long hair and you're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
they've such long thick hair. So many people have extensions.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
did you ever see people like Grace in Love Island? Do you see
Yeah.
her without extensions? Her hair
I
is
know it's
fried
right.
dead, so thin.
I don't know who's
On
bleaching
her
her hair. They need
first
to stop.
On her first season of Love Island, her hair
Mm.
was in a lot better condition and also her extensions were done a lot better, in my
Yeah.
personal opinion. Like
Yeah.
we didn't see them. We never saw her
But
extension
do you
in
know what? She looks
first
flawless
time
all the
she's on.
time, but she's doing these hairstyles that are so bad for
Oh,
your hair. So like really tight ponytails, really tight buns, like, getting back-to-back extensions
yeah.
and highlights. And like she doesn't look like she trims her hair when she goes in there. Like I couldn't get over the before photo and then after it was just so different. I think she actually has too much hair in her head than her hair can actually hold. Like, because the tapes are
Yeah.
supposed to be good, but like when you look at the amount of hair she has in her head, like I'm going to go ahead and say she might have about 220 grams, maybe 250 grams weight of hair in her head.
I'd say 240, yeah, plus.
Yeah, so I think that her hair can't actually withstand that kind of thing, so it's just breaking off. You know what I mean? So when she gets it taken off, I think she has actually a lot of shedding.
And probably as well from being on Love Island, like if you think about it, if you're on TV, the
Mm,
most flattering hairstyles are going to be the ones she's doing.
yeah,
But the fact that she has
100%.
extensions, it
Mm,
doesn't help because like, if you have your hair just down, you can't control it. You can't control if it goes,
yeah,
unless you have your hair perfectly done, you
yeah,
can't control like if you're sweaty or it goes frizzy. Whereas if you have
yeah,
your hair in a high ponytail,
yeah.
then you can control, and if it's fake, it's not gonna, you can
And even
control it. But
Harriet's, you can see them trying to do these hairstyles with tapes. And I always tell people, I know they're like, oh, well, I prefer tapes and, they're better for your hair. They're not going to be better for your hair if you're pushing the tapes to be in a certain direction that
yeah,
they're not laid down in. So that's why you should always get K-tips if you want that kind of a thing. Like for a weave, you have two directions where you can lift up the hair and lift down the hair
yeah.
for an up or down, but there's no pulling from the sides. The K-tips, you've the most flexibility, but they're a bloody nuisance to upkeep. You can't reuse the hair, and do you know what I mean? It's a nightmare. There's cost to all of them, but I think hair health is so important because so what if you've got amazing hair? You're gonna have to get it redone in 6 months, and if you've no hair for that hair to hold on to, like, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean?
I think all these girlies, like, would they not be better off with wigs going into Love Island? Like,
Yeah,
would you not be better off
probably.
with like a lace front?
Yeah, they would, to be honest. They really, really would. Yeah,
Like, would you not be better off with, because I don't know. But then
yeah,
it's
they
like,
would.
sure, it's easy us judge. Like, if I went on Love Island too, I'd probably have
Oh, I'd
700
have the
grams of hair
K-tips,
stuck to my head. Yeah.
K-tips in back-to-back
So,
bleach, like. I would be, oh my God.
like,
And I wouldn't be
like
eating a
you can
bite
be
inside there
filmed
either.
from any angle. You can be filmed from any angle.
No, and they still look flawless all the
at
time.
any time.
I'm
And
loving Catherine and Omar. Are you watching it?
no, not at all. I'm just seeing
Oh,
clips.
love it so much. It's actually been a really
I
good season. I'll be
started
sad when it's over.
watched like 3 or 4 episodes, but I was so far behind and I was like, I'm seeing
It's
all
just
the
not your
current
kind of
stuff on
show, though.
TikTok.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I feel like it's only my kind of show if I get into it on day one and get like absolutely like watching it
yeah.
every single night. Like, but I just didn't. I am
Mm,
looking for a new series though. I watched Say Nothing on Disney Plus.
so
10 out of 10, no
good.
notes. Oh my
So
God,
good.
so good. It's
The
so
best
hard to
season
find a
I
show like
watched
that.
in years. Like, it was so good.
Oh my, so good. Yeah, we
Yeah,
watched it here and like insane. 10 out of 10, no
brilliant.
notes.
It's
And
a
then when you
bomb.
go from that, it's like, what series do you watch after? Because
Yeah,
I
I
feel like when you're in a
know.
relationship, having a series is like a must.
Or like me and John watch completely opposite things. But although I did get him into Love Island and he hates it now. Like his even the last day was like, "Did you watch it without me?" And I was like, "Obviously, like, do you know what I mean?" But he's like, "No, don't be watching it without me now." Like, do you know what I mean? And he was like, at the start, I was like, "Fuck this," like, do you know, and he'd be like getting up and going away and stuff, and then
Yeah.
like, he'd just be like cleaning up a dish and then like looking over at me like. And then like actually end up sitting down and watching the whole thing. It's the same with my dad. My dad loves Love Island. Like, but at the start,
But
he's like,
of course, because you get into it.
yeah,
Like
dad,
you see the people and you
yeah.
can't help but be intrigued, being like, what's going on there now?
Yeah, it's like this fucking shit again, and then next minute he's like, "No, dude, when we put on last night's episodes, can I catch up on it?" I'm like, "You love it, like," but it's so funny because like you should see us trying to pick something to watch. Like here, like it's like, "Oh, will we watch this? No. Will we watch this? No." Like we've no same taste. Like I'm like Family Guy in comedies or like chick flicks, and he's like anything to do with guns or like manly
Ugh.
movies like that I don't want to watch.
What series have we watched now? Only Murders in the Building is a good one.
Yeah, I need to watch that now. I'm watching Mass at
That's
the
so
moment.
good.
Yeah.
So good. Love that. That's fantastic.
I've started
What
rewatching
else?
Grey's Anatomy again. I do it every year.
Is that the really sad? No, I can't.
Yeah, it's the
No.
Doctor's one. I'm on season one as well. They're all there, the OG cast. So good. So good. And I should have
There's
left more
nothing.
of a time in between so I'll forget some of the cases because I only watched it last year, but I can't, like, I'm addicted.
I've never watched that. I think my stomach wouldn't be able to take the like doctor of it all.
Oh, it's so good. They're all really just shagging each other and, like, saving
Because
lives.
Scrubs is the funny one, whereas Grey's
Yeah.
Anatomy is the emotional one.
But you know, they say that Scrubs is actually supposed to be the most accurate depiction of what actually goes on in medicine in
Really?
comparison to
I've
all
never
of
seen
them.
that either.
Oh, and also there was a story before that one of the writers for I think it was yeah, Grey's Anatomy, got her thing their writing position because they lied about having cancer or something like that, and then like created a lot of the storylines for the thing, and turns out that they were just like a big phony and just a big fan of the show and wanted to get on the writing thing. Yeah,
That's insane.
isn't that crazy? Like, there's a new thing
That is
out as
insane.
well called oh, I don't know, cinnamon something or something. And it's about some Australian one who lied about having cancer as well. I tried to watch it, it was so boring.
No. I think inviting that energy into your life, just, you don't need it, you
What
know?
to know about Grey's Anatomy writer who faked, this is it, who faked having cancer? A woman who faked having cancer to get a job. It sounds like a plotline in Grey's Anatomy, but it actually is what one writer in Grey's Anatomy did. The story of Elizabeth Finch, the former Grey's Anatomy staff writer who lied about her diagnosis, comes to Peacock on October 15th. I need to watch that. In a documentary series, Anatomy of Lies, based on journalist Evgenia Peretz. I hate pronouncing people's names wrong. I'm so sorry. On Finch,
I
which
hate it.
made headlines for detailing her rise and fall and tracing her many lies about battling cancer. The series uncovers how Finch's lies were discovered and who they affected. Over 3 episodes that adapt the article, directed and executive produced by blah blah blah. Finch was not interviewed for Anatomy of Lies, but screenshots of her social media posts are interspersed in the series. Her voice also appears throughout via snippets from video and audio interviews that she gave over the years. The sound bites are ironic and quite revealing. I don't know anyone who doesn't feel like an imposter. I pride myself on not being the liar. If you're heading into risky territory, keep going.
No one's going to tell you they're not a liar like a liar will. You know what I mean?
She wrote
No
thir-
one is going to stand 10 toes down on not being a liar more than a liar.
she wrote 13 episodes and produced 172. What the
That's
heck?
insane.
What the
Could
actual
she not
heck?
have just got the job like without the whole I've had cancer
I
situation.
know. That's I need, now I'm gonna have to fucking watch
But
it.
also, I don't like the way the documentary doesn't have like they should have. How
Mm.
did? I'd love if she
That's
was
like the GA catfish.
on
Like,
it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I feel like you can't have the full story,
I
even if
know.
her perspective is like flawed or she's gonna lie. Like, I feel like you
Mm.
need her there. Like, you know what I
I
mean?
mean, I agree, but it's like the GA catfish documentary. I'd love that, but we can never get her on it because it's like I don't know if what that
It's
lady.
like Anna Delvey. So many people are
Yeah,
so committed to the lie
I know.
that they just like they're in it then. And I think that's the only way
Crazy.
lying actually works is like if
How would
you
you
just
remember it? Like,
that's what I mean. But I think these people who like build these like
yeah,
lives, like Anna Delvey, like
crazy.
she is who she pretends to be, if that makes sense. In her mind,
Yeah.
that is who she is.
It's insane. I watched it. I tried to watch that series before and I couldn't get into it, but I might try it again.
Oh, so good.
Yeah,
Such a
I
good one.
must. I love the way
It
everyone's
is.
always like free Anna Delvey and oh she did something like Dancing with the
She did
Stars.
Dancing with the Stars with
Yeah,
the
and
ankle
she's giving
monitor
out
on.
about it, being like, "Oh, I don't care. I don't even want to be here." Like, oh my God,
Like I'm literally just doing this for the
so
press. Like
funny.
absolutely insane. No
It's
one will get
crazy.
famous in this day and age more than a criminal. Do you know what I mean? I feel like we've had so many criminals
But
like
do you
get
think
famous
that
recently.
we're, as a society, like part of the reason why that is? Because like we love watching those documentaries, and do you know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
see, I don't love a true crime, but
yeah,
I
you
mean
don't.
like a like I feel like so many there's just so yeah, maybe it's people's love of true crime that then
Mm.
like puts these criminals like on a pedestal,
Yeah, true,
I
maybe.
think. And maybe it's like the
It's
regular
insane.
celebrities are boring now, so they need
Yeah.
something, people need something new and fresh.
So new, so funky, so fresh.
So
Uh,
so new, so fresh.
there is something else I was going to say there. Oh, back to reality TV. God, we're really doing a TV digest this week. But anyway, um, I don't know if you probably have seen it because I've sent it to you on Twitter, but or maybe you deleted the app, so I don't know if you've
Montoya.
seen it. Montoya, por favor, ¿por qué? ¿Por
Oh,
qué? Oh my God, I've never seen anything like that in my life, like ever. I
but
felt
see, the
so
Spanish
bad
come
for
from
him.
telenovelas.
I know. See, I need to start watching them, I
The
think. But
drama.
there was literally, I went on Twitter this morning because I like that's where I'm getting my updates on it because I originally went on to
Yeah,
see the score for the Super Bowl or whatever. But anyway, so I went
essential.
back on it this morning and I was like looking at it and I was like, oh my God, your one had like slept with the guy again and cheated on him
Insane.
again. I was like, can this guy catch a break? Like, what is going on here? And also, Temptation Island. That's the most insane concept for a program I've ever had in my life. You're telling me you've brought your partner of like what, 8 or 12 years on this program. You're supposed to get married, and now you're off cheating on each other. Like what?
It's number one, it's absolutely insane. But have you seen Cable Girls? Because I've talked about
Oh,
that
you
multiple
told
times.
me about this so much. I haven't
That
seen
is a
it.
Spanish. Oh my God, it's
I
so
need
good. Because number
to.
one, it's like a girly show, but it's
Yeah.
set in the 1940s, I think, or 1840s, whenever
Yeah.
the Spanish
Revolution?
Civil War, Revolution, something along those, something to do with
Why are
history in
we
Spain.
so reality TV?
I
No problem, but historical facts, don't ask us.
Well, if I had watched Cable Girls recently, do you know what? I might rewatch it. It is, I'm telling you now, anyone who's looking for a series, I
Yeah.
watched it dubbed over because it's
Okay.
in Spanish, but I watched it with the English dub because I didn't, the other way,
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I don't pay close enough attention to their mouths. I feel like until you
Yeah.
spot the dub, you don't see it. The second you spot the dub, it annoys you. But I
Yeah.
tried to just ignore the fact that it was dubbed.
Yeah.
Or you could watch it in Spanish and then have the subtitles. The drama, it is so, 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 so good. But I feel like
Really?
that's what the Spanish and Latin community like. They have the
Yeah.
drama, the telenovelas, like
Yeah,
the
they've got the
storylines, and like things
intensity of
happen that you're like,
everything. I
I
know.
actually want to rewatch Cable Girls. It is, if anyone else has
Yeah.
watched it, you will know it is so good.
I
I
must
hope it's
watch
still on
it.
Netflix.
I must watch it. I must watch it. But because I remember you saying it to me before and I was like, oh my God, I need to see that. But like, yeah, I completely agree. I
And
need
you've
to
been
watch
learning your
them.
Spanish too.
Do you know what? One thing I was really impressed with, like I haven't practiced it in a very long time, but when I was watching that scene, I could understand like 50% of the whole thing that they were saying, even though they were like talking really fast. And I was like, you know
Mm.
what? Once you pick something up, it's like a muscle. You just got to keep working on it. So I'm gonna do
Yeah.
that. But I need to pick up
Do.
yeah, so I need to pick that back up again. I need to get my Duolingo out and start my
Moves to Australia, learn Spanish.
I know, I
Just
know.
be like knee deep in Cable Girls watching in
It,
Spanish.
it's
That would be
if
so
anything,
fun
it's
though.
for the Spanish music and it's for the Spanish television. Like give a girl something. Do you know what I mean? Why did you learn it?
Speaking,
Because I love the music.
I feel like it is good to understand. And once you understand as well, it's a Romance language. So you'll understand a bit of
Yeah.
Italian, a bit of French, a bit of
Mm,
Portuguese, and that helps when
yeah.
you travel and you read a menu and you can understand pollo is
Yeah.
chicken. It's great.
Yeah.
Speaking of Twitter, how hot was the Eagles team?
Wow. Wow. I was actually
Like,
rooting for them because I was like, oh, but you know, one thing I felt really, really bad for is that Jason Kelsey wasn't on the team when they won. I was like, traitor, like, do you know what I mean?
oh, so he played for Eagles. I never knew that part of
Yeah,
the lore.
last year. Sure, it was the same team last year. And then, so I
Ah.
was like, it would have been nice had Jason won it last year and Travis won it this year, but last year Travis won it and Jason didn't win it this year.
Oh, that makes so much sense. Yeah, because when it came on, me and Rob were watching it, and I was like, okay, I'm going for Taylor's team. So he was like, let's make it interesting, because obviously American football, it stops and it starts, and there's an ad
I
every two
know.
minutes.
I know.
Oh my God. So he was like, we'll make it interesting. Like, I'll
Mm.
take Eagles and you take the Chiefs. And I was like, okay, great. And then like instantly watching, I was like, oh, but I want that team because they're all really pretty. I was like,
No,
number
it's not.
one, number one, Jalen Hurts.
Mm.
Do you
Yeah.
see his management team as like all women, like a
No.
full women team behind him? Yeah.
Wow.
So his
Amazing.
trainer is a woman, like everyone's a woman who like his
Oh,
manager, his trainer, his everything,
yeah, women
which
in
we love to
STEM.
see. But that what a beautiful team.
They're all gorgeous in fairness. Like, yeah. I was so cute.
And
I saw
also
one
like you
guy with his
can't
family and he was like to his family, come in and get the photo. And the daughter was standing there with like cheerleading things. And I was like, I'm gonna cry. So
so
cute.
cute. But sure, you can't overcome the curse of Donald Trump supporting you. Do you know what I mean? Like
No, you
Donald Trump was
can't.
going for Chiefs. They were destined.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, oh my God, Taylor is supposed to be a witch. Like, why didn't Chiefs win? And it's
Mm.
like, you can't outdo a curse
I
like
felt really
Donald
bad
Trump.
she got booed.
Men are just vile.
Boy, like, it's
I
just so
think it was
bad.
more so people booing her being like, because they associated her with Travis and they wanted the
Mm.
Eagles to win. So it's like, boo. But Donald Trump got booed too. The American TV people just didn't show it.
Yeah, do you see people were sticking their middle finger up to him as well? I was like, that's
Yeah,
bold.
that,
He could,
that
the way he brings laws in, he could probably get you killed in like 2 seconds. Like, do you know what I mean? It's crazy. But
it's insane. But yeah, I saw the booing.
I loved the halftime performance, if I do say so myself.
A halftime performance. That's what
Iconic.
I stayed up for. I went to sleep straight after.
Up there with Rihanna's performance, I think.
Amazing.
Mm.
Like Kendrick really like the Uncle Sam of it all.
Yeah.
It was just I was watching TikToks like deep diving like all
Yeah.
the nuances
He's
and
so much
meanings and everything.
metaphors. Yeah. He's always been
Insane.
like
But
that in
I
his
expected
music.
that from him. That's what
Yeah.
I assumed he was going to do and he did.
Yeah. He's so
And he
good.
did.
Like, he's so, so
Sorry,
good.
when they took off the because obviously they muted the audience, but they unmuted the audience for the A minor bit and it
Yeah.
was
So
so good.
cool.
It was
And what's it
so good.
called? SZA was so good as well. Like I couldn't get over her. She was
I
phenomenal.
loved her outfit.
She looked phenomenal. My best friend Jen texted me and she was like, I don't know how to say this, but SZA moves the way you move. Like when you dance like SZA. And I was like, sorry?
You were like, oh my God, compliment of the century.
I'm literally going to get a big head from this. Thank you so
Opens
much.
dance studio in Perth.
Yeah, literally like Sizzle and Stomp 2.0.
Joins the heels class. Oh my God, they probably have those in Perth. Do the heels, like the dancing in
Yeah,
heels.
I
That
know.
would be
Girl, one
such
day
a
at a time
flex.
here now, girl, please.
That would be such a flex to be able to like dance in heels like that,
I've
you
done it
know?
before, to be
Yeah,
fair.
I feel like you could.
Yeah, I probably could, to be fair.
I just
It's
love
so
watching the
funny
clips on
because
TikTok.
like the last day, like I was like poking Jono with my foot, and he was like, "How would you so much control in your feet for like things?" I was like, "I was literally a champion dancer. I got graded as high as I could in ballet as well. Like when I was a child, like don't even ask me how I asked that. Like this is why my legs are just rock hard as well. Like you know, but it was so funny. But yeah, guys, I got a bit of a cold at the moment. Like you think in the sun I wouldn't have it, but I'm a bit sick.
It's definitely the climate and the aircon, I feel.
Yeah, although we actually haven't really had the aircon on the last few days, so I don't even know why I feel like this, but I'm feeling like ass, to be honest. Like I even feel
Ugh.
it myself. I'm like, oh, I just feel sluggish, and so I didn't make it to the gym today, and now I'm like, when you beat yourself up over it, you're like, oh, I didn't even go today, like, tomorrow's a
But
new
sure,
day
if you
though.
went when you're sick, it's actually worse than
Yeah,
not
I
going at
know, and
all.
I don't want to get other people sick then as well. So now I'm like, I probably can't go for the next 2 days, but I'll have to get like 15,000 steps in to try like just get my booster endorphins going. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
what I get in 30 minutes lifting weights, it would take me about an hour and a half of walking to get in a walk.
I know it is the endorphins of it all, but I feel like if your body isn't recovering,
Yeah,
That's
true.
why I love this ring thingy that I have because it tells me my recovery.
I'd
So like if
actually
your
love one
recovery
of
is
them. I
really
think I
low,
might get one of them, to be honest,
so
because
good.
I'm addicted to my Apple Watch, but I know I could wear both of them. But I actually think I might treat myself for my birthday to
Yeah.
that
And
because
nothing gives me the ick like an Apple Watch with a good outfit. You know what I mean? Nothing ruins a good outfit like
nothing
an Apple
ruins a good
Watch.
outfit like an Apple Watch. I'm sorry. I have one like literally on me right now. And I can confirm. Like I went
Or
out
not
the
even an Apple Watch, like any fitness watch
any
actually.
fitness watch, they're just so hunky. Like they're just disgusting. I just hate them. But then I'm the dope that's walking around with it on my arm because I just don't want my steps to not be counted. I'm like, Neve, get a grip.
That's the thing. And
It's
that
so
like when
bad.
because my ring I have to charge it maybe like every 3 or 4 days.
Oh my God, I have to charge my
And
Apple Watch every
if
night.
Yeah, that's what my brother said. So I'm like,
Yeah.
you can't even track your sleep then.
No, you can't. You either sleep with it on or else that you
Yeah, and
charge
then
it.
it's dead.
Or it's like you charge
That's
it
so
during the
silly.
day and it's like you miss so many steps when you're like cleaning the house or if you're doing something like, do you know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
you'll miss whatever you're doing in the meantime. So it's annoying that
Whereas
way.
my ring literally I'll charge it takes like 20-30 minutes to charge, not even.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
just put it on like the little charger like when I'm like
Yeah.
sitting down working or whatever. But if I forget to do that, I and my sleep's not tracked, it's no bueno. Like,
Yeah.
but it's so good. And I love this one as well because Aura Ring, you have to pay a subscription, which I think is bizarre. Like, you're telling
I
me I have to
hate
spend
those.
500 euro on a ring and then I have to pay a subscription to use it.
But I haven't heard of Oura Ring much since that one that you have came out.
Ultra human. Some
Yeah.
people still do get the Aura, I think, for like the branding of it all. But
Yeah.
I've seen when I got the email about the ring in the first place, because obviously I was sent it, which is honestly slay of me. Um, but I'd wanted one for so many years, like an Aura ring. I've always had, and when I got the email for Ultra Human, I thought it was like a fake brand or something, or like
Mm.
because sometimes I get emails and it's like that's not even a real product, or like it's like
Yeah.
something off of like Temu or something.
Mm.
But then I looked it up on TikTok and there were so many people like making TikToks comparing the two. And I was like, oh, Slay, this
Mm.
is like legit. And it actually is. Because I feel like
Oh.
sometimes you see things like that and you're like, oh no, the Aura ring is obviously way better because
Mm.
that's the like brand that everyone knows. But
Mm.
it's like they were just the first to do it. It's not that it's
So
better.
insane. I'm so glad that you have that. I really do need to invest in one of those. I'm actually wrecked
This
now,
is
to
what
be
I
honest. Do you have anything else you want to talk about before we wrap up?
What else has gone on in the world? Well, it is Valentine's Day this week.
It is Valentine's Day this week.
But did you know there's a massive full moon tomorrow? So Friday really isn't the best day to be all lovey-dovey Valentine's. You're actually better off to celebrate it this weekend, like
I'm
Saturday,
actually, yeah,
Sunday.
we're celebrating it this weekend anyway, but
Yeah.
like it's my first Valentine's in about 10 years, I suppose, since I was in college, I think.
I know it's my first Valentine's in a while as well. Like I had a
Yeah.
Valentine's, like me and Rob were talking this time last year, so he sent me
Mm.
flowers, but like I was in Rome and like, but I haven't had
Yeah.
like a Valentine's in person
Oh
with
my
a
God, it's
boyfriend.
been a full year since the flower like romance of it all. How cute. I remember you got
I-
the flowers and I was like, who is this?
You're
You'd
like, who
literally
is
told
this
nobody
man?
about Rob.
But I haven't had an in-person Valentine's. Oh my God, we're both like
Yeah.
first in-person Valentine's in
I
a while.
hate to be the person that's like not romantic about this shit, but I really don't care about Valentine's Day. Do you know what I do love though? Valentine's Day. I think
Oh,
that it's so
nothing
much
hits.
better. Like, I just
Nothing
feel
hits
like
like
you
a
can have
Galentine's.
a romantic day any day of your life, like, but
Hmm.
a Galentine's is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Like, I just think like some of my most happiest like Valentine's memories has been with my friends.
I
And
love a
so
Galentine's.
so if you're single on Valentine's Day, girls, like honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. A good Galentine session is like all you need.
No. But I do think whether or not you like Valentine's Day or not, and this
Yeah.
is me talking from like a straight perspective,
Yeah.
if you're talking to someone early stages or like mid stages, how they deal with Valentine's is a good
Yeah.
indication.
Yeah.
Because I'll have people be like, oh, I don't like I have had like friends in the
Yeah.
past be like, oh, I don't even care about Valentine's. And then like the man doesn't acknowledge it at all. And
Yeah.
they're kind of like, oh, I would have loved like even a card or flowers. You know, like you can get
Or
flowers,
even a
you
text,
know?
like
Like
bottom
so
of the
that's
barrel
what
shit.
it's like just a HV.
HV girl.
HV love heart.
No, what am I like? See, I'm just so
But
not
like, you know,
romantic.
like it does show you, and no matter how much you tell yourself, like, oh, I don't care about it anyway, like you
Yeah.
know, everyone knows it's Valentine's Day. Like, it's nice to be appreciated. So I do think, you know, like you don't have to have massive expectations, but if you're early stage dating someone, like
Yeah.
they're trying to like, you know, progress,
Yeah.
because
Mm.
to date you further, be your girlfriend or boyfriend or be in a relationship or whatever, like, you know,
Yeah.
acknowledging Valentine's Day isn't hard.
Sorry, there's a fly swarming
Like, for
around
the
here.
love of God, it's in like every shop for like a month leading up to the fact. You know what I mean?
Honestly, and honestly, it's honestly just a money-making holiday. I think that's all it is.
Yeah,
Can I
no, I do
actually
think
t
that.
can I tell you that the Cupid is actually kind of based on a Greek mythology um god Eros. Isn't that interesting?
Really?
Yeah.
What's
And
Eros in now? Because I know Eros, isn't it?
Eros, and
Yeah.
Eros is the daughter or son of Aphrodite.
Hmm.
They've never kind of. Eros is the Greek god of love, or more precisely, passionate and physical desire. Without warning, Eros selects his targets and forcefully strikes at their hearts, bringing confusion and irresistible feelings. Um, Let me Google. Because in the book I read, Eros was actually. I think Eros was transgender in the book that I read.
Interesting.
Oh, Eros is a baby boy, but then Eros is considered a boy, often portrayed as the son of Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty. Okay, well, the book I made just
Yeah.
oh yeah, was depicted as a young male. Damn it, the book I read anyway was better. It made them a woman. I loved
I love
it.
that though. Yeah, because Aphrodite would be like associated with the planet Venus. And
Yeah,
obviously Valentine's Day this weekend is falling on Venus Day because Friday is ruled by Venus. But
yeah,
Friday, the energy in the sky, it's like trining Saturn or something. So it's not, or
yeah.
making an
Aphrodite was a
opposition to
bitch
Saturn.
anyway.
So it's,
Sorry, I shouldn't say that.
yeah,
Sorry,
no, but she's
God.
prioritized with, because she's like the goddess
Yeah.
of love, isn't it?
When I was saying sorry there, I was saying sorry to God because I actually try to give out when I'm giving out about things or people and I'm being mean. I
Oh,
always say
okay.
sorry because I'm like, I'm trying to be a
I
better
was wondering, I was
person.
like, wait, why do you tell him? But she's
No,
the goddess
it's
of love,
so
but she
funny.
was
Like,
more,
if I insult now or I'm like, I've road rage, I'm like, fuck's sake. I'm like, oh, sorry, God. But yeah, she was,
she's the goddess of love, but she's all about love for herself, isn't it? Like
yeah,
it's more about like,
yeah,
and not like, ooh, self-love, but kind of like
yeah.
I'm ahead of everyone. So in a
Absolutely.
more
And
selfish
then
way.
Eros was the one who would aim a target and then like make
Yeah.
people fall in love. But Psyche was supposed to have a beauty that rivaled Aphrodite. So she
Mm,
wanted him to kind of like get rid of her and he actually fell in love with her himself and he made her fall in love with him. Like he didn't shoot the thing, he just
the
like
manipulation.
telling you it's crazy. The Greek gods. Actually, John was reading my favorite book, Circe, at the moment, and he's loving it. And
I need to read it.
he
Shun was
doesn't
saying
need
at Christmas because I got it for her, I
yeah.
think, or someone had her for Secret Santa and I told them to get it for her.
Yeah,
And she loved it. She was like,
it's
"Oh my God,
so
like
good.
literally best." And she's an English teacher, so I feel like
Yeah,
her thoughts are important.
so good. So, so good. Honestly, great taste. It's such a good book. And Jono doesn't read nonfiction, but he loves it so far.
I need
He
to get
keeps
it.
texting me being like, oh my God, and this is happening. I'm like, I know. You'd love it anyway because she's a witch, so you'd love.
I just love it all. But back to
Yeah.
love. We all love you.
We all love you and thank you for listening to us this week, girls and guys and gays and
And
theys.
there's nothing stopping you from treating yourself on Valentine's Day. I always do it. I
Yeah,
say it every year. I do it
absolutely.
Like get yourself a blow dry, treat yourself to your favorite
Yeah.
dinner, like
Yeah.
buy yourself a little treat,
Have a
you know,
nice
show
long
yourself the love
shower.
that you deserve.
I love that. That was so
Show yourself the
romantic.
love you deserve.
Bex, bless you, like, what a sweetie.
It's so important. Like
Oh, so
relationship or no
important.
relationship,
Oh
if you
yeah, if you
don't love
can't love
yourself,
yourself, nobody's gonna love you. And also
isn't that why what we said last week?
yeah,
You
and
are the
I
love of your own life.
also yeah, but I said it in such a dark way again. Of course I did. But I
You
do
come
find
into the world alone and you go out of the world.
yeah, you come in alone, you go out alone, girl. But no, I actually think I might do a self-care day tomorrow because I'm actually overdue one. I haven't had a date with myself in ages.
And it's a full moon. So gorgeous day. Like
Yeah.
everything, shower, wash. Oh, you're getting your hair
Get
done.
my hair done. That's the start of it. That is the
Oh my
start of
God, that's
it.
so perfect.
Perfect. Perfect.
Oh my
Okay,
God, Slay. I
lovelies.
love that for you.
We will see you next week. Thank you for listening.
Happy full moon, everybody.
Bye.
Ciao.